Hey guys, Tom with Vermont Grow Coaching here, and welcome to Grower's Guide, your weekly beginner-friendly cannabis tips and tricks. We're nearing the middle of September now at this point, and we're approaching harvest for a lot of Vermont farms and outdoor grows. You know what that means? It's time for a harvest segment. When it comes to growing in Vermont, most growers and farmers are looking to harvest their cannabis and their hemp around the middle of September to the middle of October. Unfortunately, we don't have much more of a leeway than that because it gets pretty cold and damp in the state of Vermont, and a lot of farms are actually even going to have issues with their plants approaching October 1st. With that said, if your plants are running into some issues where it's being too cold or wet outside and you chance having some rot or mold issues, at that point we usually suggest you harvesting as close to full maturity as possible while still preventing as much of that mold issue as possible. When it comes to harvesting your CBD crop, that entirely depends on the actual THC percentage of your test results. Unfortunately, many CBD crops are not able to reach full maturity in the hemp field without exceeding the THC percentage. With that said, most of the methods that we would normally use to determine maturity of the plant don't work when you're looking to stay within federal compliance. One of the easiest ways and rudimentary ways to determine how mature your plant is just to look at the plant. If you experience leaves that are slowly dying off, yellowing, as well as lush, full buds that are slowly starting to have their hairs turn a brown or an orange in color, at that point, you're most likely approaching your harvest point. Now, with that said, one of the best tools that any grower can have in their arsenal is a jeweler's loupe. One of these bad boys. So what's so great about a jeweler's loupe? Well, it lets you look at your trichomes. Now, what's so important about that is your trichomes determine the actual maturity of your plant. Now, you have trichomes that you're going to see that are on the clearer side, and then you have your cloudy trichomes followed by your amber. Now, your clear trichomes, those are your immature trichomes. Those are the trichomes that indicate, yeah, I've got some THC, yeah, I've got some CBD, but I'm not there yet. Your cloudy trichomes, those are the trichomes that are right there at the point of maturity. Those are the ones that are going to have your highest amount of cannabinoid profile prior to the start of degradation. Now, your amber trichomes are going to be after the plant has started to degrade. A lot of those amber trichomes are going to be high in cannabinoids such as CBN, and it's going to actually provide you a more couch lock style effect than if you were to harvest with, say, cloudy trichomes. So to review, clear trichomes are immature and your plant shouldn't be harvested at that point. Usually it's going to provide you a racy head buzz, maybe a headache, and not really provide much beneficial effects. Cloudy trichomes are going to be your mature trichomes. Normally, under most circumstances, Vermont Grow Coaching likes to harvest with about 75 to 80% cloudy trichomes and about 10 to 15% amber. There may be a few clear ones still thrown in there, but when it comes down to it, as long as you're seeing a fair share of cloudy and or amber trichomes, your plants are ready to go. So let's take a look. So you could see by the first photo, those trichomes were mostly clear. That plant is still immature and is not ready to be harvested. The second photo shows more cloudy trichomes. Again, still some clear in there, so you could harvest it. It would produce a decent product, however, not quite as mature as we'd like to see at harvest. The third photo that you just saw, that's the ticket. If your trichomes look like that, your plant is ready for harvest today. You can go ahead and harvest her, start her drying, and get the curing process going so that you can be enjoying your smoke in as little as 3 weeks. In the event you have a freeze dryer on hand, make sure to give us a call and we'll happily teach you how to dry and cure your product in only 24 hours. Thanks for tuning into Grower's Guide. Hopefully now you have a general understanding of when and how to harvest your plants. If you have any questions or concerns regarding today's segment or would like to set up a consultation appointment, please reach out to us at vermontgrowcoach.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram or contact us directly at 802-342-5381.